Hello guys, good morning. Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. Guys, if you're a business owner, eh? Or if you do a 9 to 5 job and you want a side hustle, you want a substitute, this is for you. I told you guys that the Mercenaries put up a space yesterday and they had invited Frodd to speak to them. So guys, please do not skip this video. It will help. In fact, I've gained so much just listening to it. You have lots and lots to gain. Thank you so much.
Business management, I feel like it depends on your type of business, because I will say what works for A might not work for B, but whatever that works for you, your first month, second month, it might not come true, because before you can get a name for yourself, you have to have your customer loyalty, and then work on yourself first, making sure that your brand is standing on a solid feet. How you want to do that? It has a lot of ways. Number one, for me, personally, for me, what I did was try to look at what I know that, okay, this is what I can do best, and I'm good at it. I pick that, and then secondly, I look at my funds. This is what I want to put my fund into. Is it enough to hire staff? Is it enough to pay for my space? And over the years, will the business able to run itself? All those things. We look at that, and once you start, everybody wants to be in business. You want to keep staying in business, so everything that has to work for you, you have to keep doing it. If you know that it's okay to have loyalty over acquiring new customer, because if you want to acquire new customer, you have to spend a lot to do that. But once you were able to get, even if it's 10 people that always come back for you, make sure that you do everything in your power to retain them. Because at that particular time, you are no longer trying to try to impress them again to stay with you. You already gave them reason to stay. You understand? So I will say that once you acquire loyalty with your personal customer, or in either way, please don't lose them. Make sure that you stay with them, you stick around, and then your customer orientation, your customer service should be top notch at all time. If your customer says, I don't like the way this thing came to me, don't try to justify a mistake. Try to say, we are sorry, we serve you better, and then it makes them feel like, oh yeah, you are in charge, and then you respect them. So either small micro business or macro business, customer loyalty worldwide is really important, and also customer service is really important. That's why you see that iPhone is trying to upgrade every day. They feel like, okay, my competitor is trying to do something. They have their customer, they have the market. They keep wanting to give it to their customers because they feel like the loyalty is there. you know um so today is not about really talking. Business management is really a broad thing. So today, I think if you're going to be on this space, you are fortunate to be here, because it's going to sell you, and I promise you, a lot of people are going to patronize you. Hello, Frodd.
Hi.
Hello, Dr. Frodd Okoye. Please, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
So thank you for the honors of joining your, this is the first time I'm joining on Twitter. So,
wow.
To be honest, yes. So I'm really honored. When I got the invite from Great Mumbi, I was really shocked. But as always, I'm a friend of the Mercenaries. So I appreciate you guys for wanting me to come in here and to throw some light into how you could manage yourself and your business, considering what's happening in the economy right now. So thank you all.
Thank you so much for honoring us. God bless you. Okay, so Frodd, you've been in business for a couple of years now. So how was your first few months, your first few years?
Okay, so I got into business the native way. I like to say the native way being the traditional way that everybody knows as the apprenticeship. My dad would always say that before you could become a master, you need to serve. I didn't just go into business after graduating from school based on the knowledge I had from my teachers. I had to go into the system itself, the main system, the grassroots system, so I could gain proper experience. So I started off training under a master. When I say master, I mean somebody who had been in the game longer than I was, and I had to serve him. I stayed with him under for a period of 2 years, where he was able to guide me through the intricacies of marketing. So I studied economics, but meanwhile in the business, I was trying to learn a venture in which is cosmetics. I wanted to know how to be able to describe the different variants of creams to my client. I needed to know what to prescribe to a client when they come. I needed to know what to products to sell, products to buy, products to sell, demand and supply issues, um, the hoarding systems when the economy wasn't thriving, what to hoard so that I could add some more profit to sell. So all these things were, things I learned when I was serving my master before I was my own master, before I became a master. So to be honest, it wasn't easy because it was as if after I was done with my trade learning, the economy went into recession. This was the period of 2015, 2016. The economy went into recession. There was a policy then that they put out that that people were not going to be able to import foreign products, only made in Nigeria goods. Um, this particular decision kind of disturbed my business because most of the cosmetics products that we sell in Nigeria were largely imported from Dubai or the United States. So I had to look for channels to get in products or to, buy made in Nigeria products that are more like substitute products for the ones I used to buy abroad. So it wasn't really easy. And, in that experience, I also realized that I couldn't sell at the usual price or rates I was selling because for us to now bring those products in through the black market way, I had to pay extra, to get the products in. So my clients were also having issues buying it, so it wasn't so easy. Business is never easy when you're just starting, but I thank God today that due to the proper training I had, I was able to apply what I learned, and I'm still surviving. And I believe before the end of today, I might be able to instill some knowledge in some of us.
Thank you so much for that. You guys hear it. You have to learn from a mentor for a couple of years. So another question. What will you say was the most important things for you as a businessman right now with your inflation, recession, and economy in Nigeria right now? What will you say is the most important things for you that you always hold on to as a businessman?
Firstly, I would say it's the customer relationship. For me, I would say customer relationship is the first thing. Knowing how to manage people, that's one. Secondly, I would say knowing what to sell, or rather, I would say knowing what business I should venture in. So you could venture into you could have a taste for business, but you end up going into the wrong business. So because you just feel like, oh, this is what is making money now for people. So for me, what I held on to was questioning myself and asking myself, what is that business that if I venture into, I would be able to grow in it, even if it's going to take time. But this is what I want to do. It makes me happy, more like my passion, more like something that excites me, that on the long run I'll never get tired of doing, irrespective of whether it's thriving yet or the economy is, because one way or the other there will be policies that will disturb every business. But if you have passion for that business, you can stay in and you'll be able to apply different antics and you keep going. But if you venture into such businesses because it's what is trendy, if a simple policy hits you, because of lack of passion, you might just venture out, or you would tire yourself out immediately, and you'll be looking for the next thing to venture in. So I would say passion, having passion for what I want to do, So these two are my core, and I would have said capital, but let me leave that one. I'll be going to deep, but I'll say customer relationship and knowing one business to venture in. You need to know how to manage people. Then you need to know what you want, and then when you get into it, the rest would add up.
All right, thank you. Abena, do you have any question?
Yes, I have a lot. Thank you. Okay, so I wanted to ask you, what makes your business unique? Because how do you manage the competition? Because your business is like one that like everyone is doing. I mean, lots of people are doing it. So what makes you stand out, and how do you manage the competition that you receive?
I have thrived successfully in business. So I do not have one business as at now. I do real estate. I do lifestyle, like a own club, like a club and a restaurant. I'm still into the fashion market, so I don't know. I'm in the entertainment. So which one do you want me to give you, educate you more on?
I want the club one, because the club
business.
Yeah,
Money.
Okay. Okay. So, like you said, the club business is a highly competitive market, but like I would always tell people, the market is big enough for all. We have over 200 million people, 280 million people in Nigeria, and Lagos alone, I'm sure Lagos should have about more than maybe 40 or more, I don't know, but Lagos has a large, populace to this effect. There are not so much clubs in Lagos. So how do we thrive in businesses? We look out for the things that are lacking in the other clubs and we fix them into ours. Some of these values are entertainment. We outsource our entertainers. At first, when we started with having local dancers perform, magicians, sorcerers, contortionists, people want to party, people want to dance, but we've got, over time, it's become stale. People get tired of coming to the club and just dancing. Everybody can dance in their house, buy, drink, dance. So you want to improve on your service, which is why you have to now provide a different show for them. So we added entertainment. So now in entertainment, we first started with local dancers. In between the music breaks, we have some talents come up, show what they have. We have dancers, we have magicians, we have contortionists, the people who are flexible. We have some of our notable musicians come up, and some of the niche that I have that is better than most of my competition in the market is I'm a public figure. So I often have access to hosting celebrity friends, and this as well was a chance for people to meet their faves, to meet their celebrity crushes, their celebrity favorites, and all that. So people would always want to come to my place because they know that, if I'm coming here today, if I'm seeing Frodd, maybe when I'm seeing Frodd, I'm going to see Lambo, or I'm going to see Two-Face Idibia, because being a celebrity means like my network is open to my friends, and my friends would also want to party with me. So I look at all those things that other clubs don't have, and I fixate it into mine. So this is one way. And then pricing is something that I've also used to put myself ahead of my competitors, because most of them feel like, it's a club, let the value of this be this, be where people will pay, they have money. But me, I believe, because I studied business, I believed in the lesser the price, the more the demand. If the price is too high, at some point people might buy one or two or less of that, product. But if you're slightly lower, there's a mentality there that, oh, this Azul that I'm buying here for 600,000 naira or 500,000 naira, if I go to Frodd's club, I'll be buying it for 550. Just that little 50,000 naira margin can draw you a whole lot of crowd. So I also use pricing to get my target audience. We also try every 3 months, 4 months to do renovations, to do a facelift to the business. So as much as we are, taking care of staff, taking care of services, there's always a certain amount of money that I and my partners will channel to a certain account that at the end of 4 months would come back to the business and work with architects and interior decorators to facelift the business and give it a new feel. Which is evident when I came into the All Stars house. We were renovating our current place from Cubana to Vanity. So right now, you could actually, if you're in the social space, if you're very, very dominant in the social space, you realize that Vanity is number one or within the first top 3 clubs in Lagos currently. So these are some of the antiques that we use. And then, like I said, in the business, customer relationship, we don't take any customer for granted. If a customer says this and this is they have a problem with it, we manage that customer immediately. Like the saying goes, customers are always right. We always try to fix it. We never allow any issue linger on. Because in our business, as little as a one propaganda, everything you've worked for, it could take you. One thing you need to know is in business, it could take you 5 years to build a castle. But the honest truth is, if you want to destroy that castle, it won't take you 5 years. It will take you 5 tractors to pull it down in less than a week. And that if you've put in work for your business to thrive, you need to also double up on what you need to manage the business. So we always make sure that everything from customer to service, entertainment, pricing, staff, we come correct. So I think that's why I've been able to be a little bit ahead of my peers.
Wow, that's very insightful. One thing about you is that you're very smart, and I'm not even capping.
I'm not.
You're very smart.
Really, no lies, because I currently study marketing in school, and everything is said is what they've been teaching me. So it's really on point. So, Abena, do you want to see ask more questions?
Yes, last one, just the last question.
Okay, so that one person can just ask me, can give advice, and we kick it on.
Yeah. Okay. So you remember when you were in the house?
Yes.
During the money, I don't know what that money point task.
The money point grant.
Yes, where you guys came up with a company called the Cloud Kitchen Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to find out if it's a company that it's in business or that is something that you guys are like coming to set up.
Okay, so the Cloud Kitchen was a plan in progress for me. But when we were told to put together that idea, and I and Lambo, we were tag team, so we talked about it, and Lambo was like, Frodo, this is such a beautiful idea. We're going to kill this shit together. You know how my girl is. So we looked at it and we said, okay, the business is a grant business. I think the message that was given to us was either the business was in service or you need to actualize it. The word grant itself is like a support fund for you to start the business. So we all just had to implement it more as if the business was already active. Because if you have been able to conceive an idea, you need a grant to implement it at some point. The part where we talked about the delivery bikes and all that, it was already evident. We have businesses that had such supply, that had such, that had the mobility business going on already. The Cloud Kitchen itself did not need any physical store to function. It could function from anywhere, which is why it's called the Cloud Kitchen. So it was already a plan in progress, and we just decided to, pitch it to Money Point, and God willing, we won the grant, and of course, it's something that we will be betting very soon, hopefully.
Yeah, I can't wait.
And let me say this, before I got out, I think somebody was smart to go and register it, which was one of our biggest fear. So when I came out, I realized that somebody had, and you guys should actually, put this into considerations when you're discussing your ideas. Some people are good at stealing ideas. I mean, but it's okay. It's national TV, but somebody had already registered the same pitch, the same idea, and was probably, maybe the person is probably waiting for me to, find them out, and then maybe we negotiate with them and see if they want to sell the name. But I mean, all for the better, you know. So you have to always be careful with your idea. So if you bet an idea and you know that this idea is beautiful and you're already getting good reception on it, trademark it, register. I don't take it for granted. I don't think registering it as an enterprise or a limited or whatever, anything you want to register as a company, just make sure you put it to work. You patent it or you trademark it, whatever, because it might come in handy someday.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave you for now.
Okay.
Yeah, Judith, over to you. Judith, do you have any advice for small businesses or people that want to set up something, a business, and that maybe they're like a dilemma, they don't know how to go about it, they're scared they're going to make losses, profit? Some people, when they're about to start businesses, they're always like, what if I don't make a profit? Or what if I make so much losses? What am I going to do? Like such people, what do you have to say to them?
So there are so many little businesses that people often neglect that are big money spinners. And the honest truth is, before I give you some clues about these businesses, I actually feel like there's nothing we venture into life that doesn't carry fear. Fear is just a factor that, the devil or the, supernatural feeds off us. So you need to always be conscious to know that you have the strength and capacity to conquer fear. That's how you can move on. There's nothing to be afraid of. If you fail, you get back up. If you fail, you get back up again. The more you fail, the more you realize that the mistakes that led you to fail, you would not allow them reoccur. So it's a learning process even for you to be successful. Yeah, that's one. For the small businesses, I wouldn't know which of the business I would be able to, if I was going to probably be advising someone on. But like I said, you have to properly plan the business you want to venture into. Look at the business and see if it's something that is thriving now. If this type of business is business you want to do for a short time, maybe you just want to spin cash or you don't have heavy money, like a heavy capital to invest, look out for businesses that do not have heavy startup needs, like heavy capitals to start up. You could start a POS business. A point of sale business is actually a thriving business right now. People are always looking for places to, exchange cash and all that. And you can actually do that business for almost nothing. You just have to get to your bank and then they sign up for a POS machine or something and follow the KYCs or whatever they need to do, and then they'll give you one. Small businesses do not necessarily deal with Forex. All you need to deal with is demand. So this is more like saying you could go to a highly a place that has a high footfall, and you could look, if the rent is very affordable, you could open a salon if you're a lady, and you could make it kind of less pricey for people to walk in, wash their hair, braid their hairs. There's a demand for braiding. You mustn't go to the high level of trying to maybe do closures and all that. You can have people walk in and do their hairs at affordable cost and leave. If you're a guy and you don't have so much capital, you should look at going to locations where you could venture into a shawarma business. That business is highly profitable. You go to look for areas that have a very high footfall. Open up a shawarma spot, a grill spot. You would find out that at the close of work, there are people who would come and patronize you. There are people who would always come around you to buy stuff. At the end of the day, you'd realize that you're not spending so much to produce what you're making. You're using, like, let's say maybe 100% ROI to sell. You're making a lot of money. You're not burning fuel. You're not doing so much. You're just using gas to replicate this profit. So you can as well venture into opening maybe a car wash business. It necessarily does not need to be a big business per se, but you look at such a business that all you need to do is get a space in front of a facility. Maybe you could discuss with them. You buy a pump, you get yourself access to water, you get few boys who would work for themselves. Maybe a car wash is 2.5 per car. That's the price, and you end up paying your boys maybe 500 per wash. That's the commission. 500 of that from the 2.5 goes into materials used to replace materials. Or maybe 1,500 naira goes to your pockets, for the daily running of the business. Before the end of the day, you realize that if you had made use of about 10,000 naira fuel, you had probably made a profit of about maybe 25,000 naira extra. Aside from the money that your boys had paid, maybe you ended up washing XYZ amount of cars. If you multiply that money you make per day by how much cars you wash, there will be rainy days. You realize that business that you started with less than 1 million naira is able to bet you an ROI of about 300,000 naira per month, which an average person who is doing a 9 to 5 wouldn't be making. And even if you're doing a 9 to 5, this could be like a sub hustle. It could be like one of those means where you have extra income. So you see that you're not really spending, so you're not investing so much, but you're making very serious money. And before you know it, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 outlets extra. At this point in time when the economy is kind of dwindling, I wouldn't advise anybody to invest heavy, because people are shying away. Cost there's a high cost of product acquisition, the fuel, dieseling, and so much at high cost now. So you might end up investing in a business right now that the economy is not doing so well, and you find out that your running cost per day will be eating up the profits that you're making, and that is not a good ethics to a profitable business. Before you know it, your capital, you start eating into your capital or income that you had set aside for running the place. And that, just say you should look into setting up these little businesses for now, and then maybe on the long run, if things get better, you can now venture into that big business that you want to do. So it's just about studying the market.
Thank you so much. I think we'll leave you for now. Then if anybody has any question, like the audience, if they have a question for you, then you come and answer them. So Judith, over to you.
Guys,
So, guys, I believe you've learned something. Okay, this is actually, it was free. This is the kind of mastery people pay money for. So, please, guys, we all have heard it. In fact, one day I'm going to take you guys through my YouTube journey. So, I think is a motivation for someone. This channel is a motivation channel. Okay, it's not all about love, love, love. Love also needs money to thrive. We are looking at Perry, we are looking at Mercy. We love what's going on between them. Of course, they've made a name for themselves themselves, they have their money. That's why like everybody's loving them. Imagine they were just, it's not today we began to see love now. We've been seeing love. Imagine they were just nobody talks about their relationship, nobody. So you still need money to run the family, you still need money to cement that love. They can't just sit back in the house and be loving themselves, doing lovey-dovey. No, we are going to get tired. In fact, we are going to come after them. So, guys, in as much as we love what is happening around them, yeah, entertainment, love, relationship is just one aspect of life. We also need to get some strategies about our business, about what we want to do, to also get that little money, okay, so that we can also be comfortable ourselves and have time to enjoy their life, which entertainment is one part of them. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy. See you guys in the next one. Bye. Sorry for the long video.